Hello everyone, it's Jenny here from Bohemian Junk Journals. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to use an atlas to repurpose. I'm going to take out some of the pages and leave in some. The spine is not real good on this, but that's okay. It's still attached by the fabric that they use to glue it all onto. So I'm going to take out some signatures and leave some in, and then once that's done I will strengthen the spine and then recover the book, because the cover's very tatty, so there's no point in keeping the cover as it is. So that's essentially it, and I've only done one book like this repurposed, so it's still a learning curve for me. We'll see what happens, see what we can do with it. So I'm going to take out some pages and go from there. And I might actually take this out, and this one. Oops, already having problems. So I'm not going to throw out the pages that I'm pulling out. I will keep them because they'll come in handy. So I'm just trying to gauge what's a good amount to leave in, because the book is quite thick and the kit that I'm using is more cardstock than paper. So that'll add some thickness and some weight to it. Take out this one. And this one. I'm not sure how we'll go taking those out, whether that's going to be a problem or not, but we'll see if I can take them out with the paper, the craft knife. I don't want all this excess on the spine, so to speak. I don't know if I can cover that up. We'll see let's see if I can get a cleaner tear on the next few pages. So I think I'll take out this one as well. It's not going really according to plan, is it? Oh. There's got to be an easier way. Okay, So I can get it out. So what I'll do is I'll leave all that until I'm off camera, because that'd be just as bad as watching paint dry. So I'm going to just take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about 8 pages. 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Leaving 8 or 9, seeing as that's on a centre, and take out 8. So now I just need to work out, I think I might just use some of my file folder card to go down there. So I have some handy right here. So if I put some of that on, as in that way. Yes. So I'm just going to very awkwardly trim it down just a little bit. It doesn't really matter if it's not exactly straight, because you're not going to see it anyway. And I'll add some glue and glue it to the spine. Okay, all good. I'm going to apply this with glue. Right, so just a word of warning, if I'm going quiet during certain spots, it's because they're boring spots and I'm going to fast forward, like do a time lapse, so that you don't have to sit through it in real time. Okay, right, now for the cover. I'm not going to worry about padding. I'm just going to put the fabric on, because the fabric I've got is lined fabric anyway, and no, I'm not going to iron it. Not worried about this just yet. That'll come after I've done the fabric part. So essentially I'm just going to glue and cut as I go. Oh my goodness. the integrity of the signatures that I've left in have loosened, which is what's causing this, and it's driving me crazy. So what I think I might do is I might actually trim those pages. I'm going to strengthen the signatures, which you'll see me do in a minute. Okay, now I'll start with this one. And what I'm using is, it's like a book binding tape or packaging tape, and it's what I always use. It is gummed, which I need to now reactivate. Do that by doing it that way. So essentially, this stuff is really strong, and I use it often and find it like it's a miracle tape. So now I'm just going to go through and do what I've done all the way through the book. So I'll speed up. Okay, that's it for the next, it's ready for the next stage now, and I will ponder on what's happening here, and I will fix that. It will not end up like this. I will have that fixed. Yeah, it's to do with the way the signatures are. I mean, the book wasn't perfect before I started pulling it apart, so I will fix that. That will not end up like that at the very end. It won't end up like that. It'll be fixed by the time I come back with the next stage, like the interior part stage of the book. Good morning, everyone. It's Jenny back again for part 2 of this video. It's been days. I worked on it yesterday morning for a while. That's right, yeah, that's the first part. Sorry, a lot happening and my head is all a kerfuffle. See, I can't even talk properly. Anyway, I'm back with all my bits. I've cut paper and the file folder, and everything's kind of prepared so that I don't really have to move away from the desk. Well, I hope not anyway. And I did deliberate over the cover what I was going to do on it for a while there. But I think I've got it worked out now. But at any rate, so I'm going to do a time lapse of what I'm doing for a part of it. So because yeah, it probably would take, you know, a little while, so to do it, and of course no one wants to sit through a huge long video. I know what I did yesterday morning on the photo in the gallery. It's just over an hour, but most of that will be time-lapsed. I'll be speeding it up because, and quite a bit, because it's just, yeah, boring bits and pieces, but it's part of the process. So I'm leaving it in, but I will speed it up quite a bit, which will cut down a huge amount of the time. So instead of wasting more time gas bagging, I have my coffee. You get your coffee and cup of tea, and come and join me while I put this journal cover together. I'm doing the inside cover and the outside. So I need to cover up these dirty spots from the glue that's seeped through. And I hummed and hawed because you know me, I always like to strengthen my spine, even excuse me, even though it is fairly strong with all the tape that I've used inside the journal. It's not going to fall apart. It's together. It's well and truly together. But I still like to put something over my spine, and this fabric has actually got tiny blue flowers, light blue flowers in it. So I am actually going to put this sandwich tray doily on the spine like so, because it's got little blue flowers, and it's an ecru colour fabric, which kind of will blend with the gold that's embroidered into the fabric as well. So I'm going to put that there, and then I've got some black braid to put over the top, possibly, probably will, because I just want to tie it all in, all the colours of the that's in the material. I want to tie it in with everything that I use as an embellishment. So that's my way of thinking. And I've got some other bits and pieces to embellish the openings edge, and just go from there. So the plan is not to cover too much of the pattern up. This section probably will get a bit covered, but you know, if I can at least leave this part, which is the oriental tree and flowers and stuff there. So yeah, I'm not too sure if I'm going to do too much to the back at all. I will debate that later. The front cover is the most important at this point, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do the inside cover first. So I've gone through, I think I left off yesterday finishing off all these bits, and I needed to trim bits, and I needed to work out what was going on with the pages that were sticking out a little bit up here, and as you can see, it's a whole lot better. The pages are all uneven. That's what happens when you take signatures out or tear pages out of a book. It just makes it, you know, all uneven. And also the spine on this book was not complete, so the integrity of the spine was already a major issue, which also would have displaced some of the pages. But I'm not overly concerned about that. I think it adds to the charm of a junk journal that it be a little bit uneven, so long as it's not overhanging too much, which it's not. So I'm happy with the way it is now. It's actually pretty good. And I have trimmed up all the tape on the edges, on the top and bottom of the spine. So now what I need to do for this part is I need to cover this section first. And I need to do it because when I put the file folder in, you can see still some of the brown tape, which I don't want to see. So I'm going to cover this up first by putting this on here like so. And we're going to use I think we're just going to use this because it's faster drying than Mod Podge. So Mod Podge probably would be much better and faster, but I'll speed this section up, the gluing section. So, all right, be quiet, Jen. Okay, so I just need to, these are the bits that I haven't trimmed, so I'm sorry I didn't trim these bits. Yeah, so they're going in here like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the glue on this part and it'll be so much easier. So again, I'll speed it up. Okay, so now on the front, I do need to get up because the rice paper just flew on the floor. Sorry about that. I'm going to put this geisha. So again, I'll just make sure how much the folder it covers. Okay. I'm using glue on the outside because I want to make sure that it does stick. But on the inside part, I'm going to use a glue stick. If I can find my glue stick. I'm done with it. Just get a new one. Alright, so that is done. I think I might just ink those edges and the interior spine. So where is my ink? Here it is. Bit of trimming needing there. I must have put it on just a fraction crooked. Alright, and just a little bit down here, just to sort of blend it all in really, not to, that's all it needs really. Okay, so then this gets glued to the inside cover of the book. In here. like so. So for this part, I'm going to use the fabric glue, and then at a later date I'll put pockets in. I'm not doing it now. I'll put pockets in here, and I don't usually put anything on the front. It's more of a decorative piece. So sometimes I do. It depends on what's going on the front of the flip. So essentially that's what it goes in like, and just move it around just to make sure that it's in properly. And then a little bit squish it down a bit more. Okay. Right, it's okay. Good. Yeah, so I'll put pockets in later. So I haven't worked out what I'm using for the pockets and stuff yet. So all right, so that's done. Just let me check this, because okay, so much bulk here, it's just not closing over properly. So you know what, I'll just make sure I've got enough of this. I think I have, yes. So I'm going to glue this on and enclose that. It's glued, it's just got, because there's so much thickness, there's like a gap, and I don't like that. That looks shoddy. So I'm going to actually glue this part, which is the right way. I don't think it matters. I should have measured and cut it. Here we go. So I think I'll put the bigger part of it on the inside. like so. See, that just closes it all in and makes it look a little bit better, or a lot better, I should say. All right. So that's that. Just have a sip of my coffee. I've got some other lace to go over here. Which I need to put on after. Just thinking about my process, what I wanted to do with the cover, and so I've got to, I want to scrunch up some of this so what I'm going to do is, I was going to stitch it, but I'm just actually going to put the glue in where I want it to go and scrunch it with the glue. Okay. This is what I usually do with the what do you call it, cheesecloth and stuff, when I'm making journal cards, and I'm using it to go under quotes and stuff. Oh my goodness, I'm getting stuck. I know it looks yucky at the moment. It won't look like this forever. Trust me, it will look lovely. All right, steady fingers. Okay, now what goes on is this one. Make sure I get it the right way out. Goes this way. So sticky. All right, it's slowly getting there. While that's drying, I'll work on the spine. So I need to glue this onto there, like so. So that's that. All right, so now I need to actually I do need to leave and go get something, so I'm going to pause and I will be back soon. Okay, so I found some flowers. I had these little flowers which I have coloured in some blue fabric dye. I've done 2 of them. So because there is blue in this, and I'd like to bring that blue out a little bit. So I'm going to pull these apart when I can sponge them off a bit. They're still a tad dry. Tad dry. What rubbish am I talking now? They're still a tad wet. So taking some of the blue out so it's not quite so dark. There we go. And I'll pull them apart. So I should get multiple flowers. I should get at least 2 out of each flower. So, and I've got buttons here for the centres. So I'm going to sort of put them around. But first, before I do that, I want to lay a trail of this floral braid through here. But I need to try and have the glue come out as fine as possible. Don't want it too thick. So just laying a trail. It's a bit like a snail's trail. Literally, that's what it looks like. Bit of fluff on there. You don't need the bit of fluff. All right, so Just lay it down over the trail as it goes. Hopefully this will look the way I want it to look. And then the flowers will get interspersed throughout. And I've got some little tiny little daisy type flowers that I can fill in wherever I need to. Almost there. Stay there. Now I've got everything stuck to me. All right, so now it's just a matter of putting the flowers where I think I can get them in. Goodness. Where do I put this one? Okay. It's a bit awkward when everything's sticking to my fingers. All right. And I've got a little one here, which is the very center of the flower that I've just pulled apart. And take that center out because we don't need it. Come out. one in there. It's a little bit fiddly, but you know, it's doable. I don't like real fiddly work because I've got fat little fingers, and so fiddly work doesn't really sort of go too well for me. But you know, I manage, and usually works out in the end. So I'll put another one here, but I'm wondering whether I should put some white in amongst as well. I don't know, we'll see. We will see. So I'll just take that off. Button. I didn't have very many fancy black ones, so I did manage to get 2 nicer ones. The others are just plain black buttons. I thought maybe I might use my clear plastic or clear glass ones. I've got both, and I didn't have very many really small ones, so I thought, no, I'll keep them, because I usually embellish my cardigans with, I replace my buttons when I buy cardigans and put odd buttons on the cardigan, and yeah, just because I like to be different. So there's that. So we might put one over here or there. No, there. That one. And then a little dob in the center for the button. Glue everywhere, it just sticks to everything. Be right if it didn't stick to my fingers. I think I might put one just in there. So yeah. in there. No, just glue down for me, please. Oh, for goodness sake. This one just does not want to stick. Alright, I'm just wondering whether I need any of this white one on there. I'm not 100% sure. I might put the corners on while I'm thinking about that. Oh, goodness. Alright, so for the corners have brads, but because oh my goodness, the neighbourhood kids are outside, so if you can hear a screeching racket, that's what that is. Yeah, these have got not brads, they've got screws, but I'm not screwing them in, so I'm just going to glue them on. Because otherwise it'll be just too difficult. So I'm actually going to glue them in place, I think, hopefully. Like so. I don't know, they kind of look like they really should have the screws there. The idea was that I would do this, but now I don't know. Should I or shouldn't I? mean, the screws are even longer. They're longer than what the cover is thick. So they would come all the way through to the other side. And then they'd have to be clamped closed there somehow. Would they? I don't know. It does look odd because the holes have got nothing in them, so I think I'll just give that a miss. I am sorry about all the noise. I can't do anything about the neighbourhood kids. Right, so now I will on here I have all these daisies. And I can put daisies in amongst. I can either put blue ones or purple ones. I might put the purple one actually. Purple and red go together quite well. They're complementary type colours, so they're a purplish pink. Okay. It's one. Alright, just see how many I need. Well, we'll do that for now. Oh, come on. Right, I think while I do this bit, I will just not talk, then I can speed it up a bit. Okay. So here's it for the flowers. Yep, sorry. I think I'm going to go for more square shape, and I'm going to pop it right up in here. will fit. Okay. So with this, even though I've because I've glued the inside to the cover, I can't put the brads through, so I will still put the brads on just so that it gives it that more finished look. And I will be gluing it to the cover with the this fabric glue. It won't move, it won't budge. If I could separate the brad, it would be half the battle. There we go. Yeah. So what I do is I put glue all around here first, and then I glue the label in. Minus this cobwebs. I don't think it really matters which way's up. There we go. And then I just apply this with lots of glue, and it'll stick down there like cement. Okay. Awesome. Alrighty, done. So that is the front cover. I've been thinking about a closure for this, and I think I'm just going to provide some I might provide some of this material in like really thin strips and use that as the tie. This material actually came from a looked like a robe or something like that. I'm actually going to keep the it's got frog closures on the front. I'm going to keep those because they're just so cute, and I think they'll be useful for something. So maybe they'll appear on the inside of the journal somewhere. And that, but essentially that is my front cover done. I'm not sure, or my cover for the whole book done. I'm still not sure whether I'll do anything on the back. I don't know if I really need to. So that's just the fabric moving, not the actual, because the fabric's not glued to the whole book, so it moves. So yeah, so that's it. That's the cover and the inside cover with the flip. Whoop. Oh. That's right, there will be a pocket there, so that's fine. And all the pages on the inside are all reinforced, so that is looking awesome. And like I said, you know, I would work it out with that, the way the pages were, and yeah. So I just need to trim up these ends, and that's pretty much it. Comment down below, tell me what you think of this oriental journal, Japanese type journal, and I'd be interested to hear what you've got to say. So this is my second altered book. Okay, thanks for coming by. Enjoy your crafting time, make lots, be happy and safe, and I hope to see you next time. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'd most appreciate it. I've actually noticed I've got a few more subscribers. I know I haven't got very many, but you know, like you know, I'm grateful for all my subscribers, of course, and yeah, I hope you come back to see what else happens in this altered book. This is the first of a couple. I'm going to do a couple more. So yeah, bye for now.